Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Mahan Blake, and I am going to be your host today for Travel Week. Get the latest on what is new in Los Angeles. Known for its creativity, culture, and iconic experiences, the city continues to evolve with recent hotel openings, new attractions, and major events on the horizon. This session is going to highlight the updates shaping LA, along with value-driven travel options and event-based experiences that can be incorporated into your itineraries. So before I hand it over, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We do have some great prizes today. So we have a 2-night stay at a full-service Los Angeles hotel, a $75 gift certificate to the original farmers market, and a swag bag featuring made in LA items. In order to qualify, you do have to stay until the end of the webinar with us. It won't be about more than an hour. So we are going to be answering all of your questions at the end of the session. So if anything comes to mind, just pop it in the Q&A box in your control panel, and then we'll go through it at the end of the presentation. So I would like to introduce Crystal Atkinson, Global Tourism Development Manager for Los Angeles Tourism, and Stacy, the Marketing Director from West Harbor. Thank you so much for being here, and I will let you take it away.
Hi, everyone. Very excited to be here today and even more excited to share some of the latest developments across Los Angeles. We'll be going over new hotels, attractions, and experiences that can help keep LA top of mind for your clients. With event-driven travel continuing to grow in demand and value remaining important for travelers. I'll also highlight a mix of event-driven opportunities and itinerary-friendly experiences that will be great for whether it's first-time traveler or your repeats as well. There you go. So before we dive in, to help visitors plan, we do have this great map here. We tend to divide Los Angeles into 7 core regions. As you see here, each of the regions has its own personality. So definitely a great resource to kind of see how expensive LA can be. So it is quite large. So it just helps you kind of plan different areas and kind of be able to shift through LA in an efficient way. It is available on our website, and it's great to provide to your clients to give them a sense of what they can do in a day. I'll dive deeper into that as we go. So now getting into access, LAX is currently in the middle of a multi-billion-dollar modernization. It's focused on improving speed, flow, and overall traveler experience. One of the biggest changes is the introduction of a more immersive design. So from the moment you arrive into Los Angeles, you get kind of a sense of LA, see different dining that has local restaurants, and it reflects the city's culture and creativity. We're also seeing improved pedestrian connections, signage, and wayfinding throughout all the central terminal area so that all of your clients will have an easier time getting through and making it much more efficient. And a few key updates to note is the terminals 2 and 3 are now operate as a unified 27-gate complex, and it has updated technology and amenities. Terminal 5 has now closed down and is undergoing a complete rebuild, and it will be ready ahead of the 2028 Olympics. So because of this, there are some temporary airline shifts. So everything has gone smoothly, but JetBlue is moved to Terminal 1, Spirit to Terminal 2, and American to Terminal 4. So definitely make sure you check the website before you head over in case you're used to going to a different terminal. Then, overall, this is just creating a much smoother and more efficient arrival experience for everyone. And one of the most exciting for me is the upcoming Skylink at LAX. It was formerly called the Automated People Mover, in case you've heard of it before. It is now called Skylink, and it is set to debut later this year. This will be an elevated electric train that will run 24 hours a day, with trains arriving every 2 minutes during peak times. And those of you that have been to LAX and, kind of that little horseshoe area that you go through, this will have you start at the very beginning so you don't have to drive through it, get you in a very seamless way. There will be 6 stops total, and 3 are within the terminal loop, and then 3 outside. So the 3 outside include the economy parking, Metro Transit Center, and the new consolidated rental car facility, which just opened up this month or last month, and brings all 12 on-port rental car companies into one big facility. So this will make the pickup and return much more streamlined. And then Yeah, so this is a great game changer. Love this coming up very, very soon. Here, I just wanted to highlight a few budget-friendly options across the city once you are past LAX. Getting around LA is easier than many people expect at times, and it is very affordable. So the LA Metro runs 6 rail lines across 112 stations, covering nearly 195 kilometers of track throughout the region. A single fare is around, it translates to roughly around 240 Canadian, and offers free transfer. So you can, for 2 hours. So you can just kind of hop on and off. If you have a longer stay, you can do 680, around 680 Canadian for the day. And then if you're doing a little bit of a California adventure, the Pacific Surfliner is also a great option to take you throughout Southern California. And for airport access, the LAX Flyaway, it takes you over to Union Station. So if you are headed downtown, it is a great affordable way to get in. So now shifting into what's new across the city, the LACMA Geffen galleries are opening or have just opened in on April 19th. So this is a major milestone for the transformation of that museum campus. It's a $715 million investment, and the building spans over 32,000 square meters, including 10,000 square meters of gallery space. What's really unique about this is that instead of organizing the art by time period, or medium, the museum presents it through like themes of global exchange and cultural connection. So it feels a little bit more immersive and relevant for the visitors. Beyond the galleries, they'll also have restaurants, a theater, and event spaces. So it's to experience everything beyond the traditional museum visit. It is now open, so very excited to have that, and I'll be visiting it very soon as well. Next on museum front, we have Dataland coming to downtown Los Angeles in June of 2026. It is located in the Grand LA Complex and developed by Rafik Anadol Studios. This will be the world's first museum of AI, it'll feature immersive, like data-driven installations that blend human creativity with artificial intelligence. I have had the chance to see one of his art installations over at Intuit Dome. It is very cool. They pull information from the flights that are flying overhead, and it creates an art piece that's different every day depending on how the flight the flight traffic has gone overhead. So it's really cool. Uses the AI to make a great different installation every day. And so this museum, that's just to give you a sense of kind of how it works. And I know it can be a little confusing how will the AI interact, but yes, so this museum itself will be 2,300 square meters and has 5 galleries, including an infinity room that is going to be one of the main features. It's a fully mirrored immersive experience. And something that I think is very interesting to note is that the artist places a strong emphasis on ethical AI, ensuring that all materials are licensed and that the work is powered through renewable energy. All right. And another museum, as you can see, we have been very busy on our arts and culture side. So very happy for the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, and that will open September 22nd. Very excited to see this. These renderings are very spot on with what it looks like. I know that sometimes renderings might not look the same. It looks very futuristic, very, very great to look at. But it is founded by George Lucas and will be the first museum dedicated entirely to visual storytelling. It focuses on what Lucas calls the orphaned arts, and it includes illustrations, comics, and other popular art forms that are often overlooked. And then the collection spans through film, photography, and illustration and pop culture. And it kind of goes through and is like very into like storytelling. Then this campus will also include a restaurant, cafe, and event spaces, 2 theaters, and a research library that will have Lucasfilm archives. So if you have your Star Wars fans, very cool for them as well. So I feel like this will appeal for a wide range of visitors, not just traditional museum audiences. Now for a major update on the attraction side, at Universal Studios, we have a great new roller coaster coming up. So it is the Fast and Furious themed ride called Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. and it is coming this summer. The exact opening date is TBD, but it is in testing now. So hopefully very soon here. And on this ride, you'll have speeds up to 72 miles per hour, racing alongside all of the Fast and Furious crew that we have come to know over the many years. So it features 360-degree vehicle rotation and simulates drifting along through the streets of Los Angeles. So the cars are, if you're a car person, the cars are modeled after some of the favorites from their movies. Mazda RX-7, Nissan Skyline GTR, and a Toyota Supra. So combine speed, motion, and immersive effects for all those three thrill seekers out there. So now I will pass it over to Stacy with West Harbor to tell us everything new and exciting coming up over in San Pedro.
Great. Thank you, Crystal. So I'm Stacy, as mentioned, and I'm the Director of Marketing for West Harbor, and we're going to be opening at one of LA's latest waterfront destinations in the Port of Los Angeles. So you can go to the next slide. So this location is basically LA's premier waterfront destination for dining, entertainment, and it's located at the former location of, you can go to the next, the revival of our historic waterfront. So some of you may be familiar or not with the Ports of Call. I know when I started working on it, my mom remembered it from the 70s. So very popular location. And it actually was home to San Pedro Fish Market, which is a family-run fish market that has been there for over 70 years. And interestingly enough, even has a show on Amazon. So this is a reimagining of this location within the port. Next slide. So our development is 42 acres. It has a mile-long promenade along the ocean. It's going to have 375,000 square feet of entertainment, restaurants, retail, and recreational activities. Next slide. Which includes a 6,200 seat amphitheater right there on the water, as you can see. It's going to be run by Niederlander, who has run the Greek and many other destinations. So it will be an outdoor amphitheater. The cool thing about this is it's grass. So while we can do it for seats, we can do festivals, we can host events. We will definitely be hosting things for tour operators and such to welcome them to the project. So it's a really neat space when it's not in use. The gates are open and people can use it actually as a park and hang out. So very conducive space for the community. Next one. And one of the other exciting things is you can kind of see in this picture, there will be a 175-foot observation wheel, Ferris wheel, whatever you want to call it, but 175 feet, and it will be the tallest in the state of California when it opens right along the waterfront. As you can see in this picture, our location is actually home to tall ships, the LA Maritime, which you can take out and sail. We have a variety of waterfront activities. There will be a pickle and padel ball courts, and there will be an off-leash dog park there. Plus, what you're looking right there is a public long dock. So people can actually boat in, anchor, and come enjoy the activities that you can do at West Harbor. Next slide. This just kind of lists some of the things I just mentioned. So we're going to be basically giving everybody a first look pretty soon, and I'll go into what we're giving a first look for, which is really exciting. But this gives you an overview of what West Harbor is. It's located in the Port of LA, as many of you know, the Western Hemisphere's busiest port. It's waterfront access. You're going to have food, beverage, there's attractions, there's art, there's an amphitheater, it's dog friendly. You can access either car or boat. And one of the coolest features here is, believe it or not, once we're fully open, you can get an alcoholic beverage at one of our tenants, and you can actually stroll the entire mile-long waterfront. You could stop and get another beverage at another location. So it's a very cool location in the fact that you'll be able to open container alcohol so people can really stroll and enjoy. Next slide. Crystal already kind of talked about LA and the location. This just kind of calls out again how close we are to so many things that people have interest in, from Disneyland to Universal Studios to LAX to Long Beach, even John Wayne Airport, easy commute. So it's a really central location. Next. This talks through Pedro itself and who it and what we are and where we're located. On this map, it shows you we're right down the street from the USS Iowa. People can literally walk to it. A historic battleship. There's the Catalina Express. We have Alta Sea, which is actually, interestingly enough, the world's largest ocean research facility. So people can even do tours there and see seaweed being grown and how it gets planted along the coast. We have the World Cruise Terminal, which last year had a historic year with 1.6 million passengers, and they're building a new outer harbor cruise terminal, as you can see here, that'll open in 2030, first phase. Coolest thing here. They are going to be bringing in new cruises. For example, Virgin Voyages is already committed to 5 new West Coast routes when we open. This will have opportunities to activate along the ocean. It will have areas for conferences and for the community to come in. So really a lot of exciting things going on in the Pedro waterfront market. Next slide. This gives you an overview of some of the stuff we have coming. Amazing food, and some of them are Michelin rated. We're going to have Mike Hess Brewing and Distillery, which will have a phenomenal outdoor area. We are home to Harbor Breeze, which offers cruises for whale watching and of the port. And they actually have a ship coming in this year that is one of the first in the state that will be hydrogen powered. It's actually coming in any month. It's actually coming up and being overseen by the, what is it? One of the entities that has to oversee, Coast Guard. There we go. The Coast Guard's checking it. This kind of talks through, one of the things missing on here, I just noticed, is Hopscotch, which is one of our art tenants, and it's a super cool immersive museum people will be able to go to. And the neat thing is they get artists from Burning Man, Coachella. I mean, and it's very immersive, Instagrammable. I got to walk a couple of them the other day, super unique. They have 2 other locations, and their other locations usually have a 2-hour wait to get in because of how popular it is. So that will be another tenant joining us here. Next slide. Some of the stuff people can enjoy now is the San Pedro Fish Market I mentioned, owned by the same family for over 70 years, right on the waterfront. We have wheel fun rentals, so you can bike along the beach. We do events. We have Harbor Breeze cruises. And then we just recently added another tenant who is offering stand-up paddle boarding along with biking on the water and a lot of fun stuff. So you can actually visit the location now and start to see what's coming. Next slide. And then this will be our first look into our project. So while we're not fully ready to open, and we'll start opening later this year with our tenants, we couldn't wait to show the amphitheater off. So we're opening up and doing 4 of the fan zones for the Los Angeles World Cup this year. We will have the semifinals July 14th, 15th, third place match July 18th, and the finals on the 19th. So this will be very cool. People will get a first look into what this is going to be like, watch the games right along the water, and get a feel for what this amphitheater space could be. So we're really excited about this opportunity that'll be coming. Next slide. Some of our site features, which I've already kind of gone over, we'll have waterside attractions, which are the boating, the tall ships, all the way to stand-up paddleboarding. We have the beer garden, the amphitheater, courtesy docks people can pull up to, social club for dogs, amusement park. So to mention that even though we'll have the 175-foot wheel, we also will have some other amusement park rides there. There will be a lot of activation and stuff going on at all times at our destination. Next slide. And this just kind of gives you an overview of kind of how we're phasing our opening. So this summer, we'll be doing first look with a variety of activities that we're working on, from the fan zone all the way to some Oktoberfest, some holiday activations. Restaurants will begin opening. We have a Central Park area where people can gather, listen to music, hang out. We'll be doing some activations there. We'll then be opening the next phase. Another cool tenant opening in Building B, as you can see here, will be Yamashiro, which this will be their second location. As many of you know, they're a 100-year-old infamous sushi location in Hollywood. So they are going to now have a waterfront location, and they're going to have a koi pond, which I've heard is super cool. I haven't got to see it yet. San Pedro Fish Market is currently open. They're operating in Berth 84, as you can see on the far left, but they will be opening a brand new location in 28, which will be even better. And this is where you can actually see them throwing fish at each other, basically. But they are also serving food and a variety of things. We'll have the amusement park and a lot more coming over the next year. And I think that's all I have, and I give it back to Crystal. You're muted, Crystal, just so you know.
There we go. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. It was very great to see all the renderings, and I was able to go out there recently, and it all's coming together very quickly. Excited to check that all out, especially all that food. It's now ready for lunch. So let me just click here. All right, so next I'm going to highlight some of the unique experiences that are really set LA apart. And one of the biggest draws in that is sports. So As I mentioned earlier, we're seeing a lot of high demand for event travel. And if you've had clients asking about major events or planning trips around sports, this is where LA really stands out. Not only are we heading into an incredible run of major global sporting events, including FIFA World Cup, Super Bowl, and the Olympics and Paralympic Games, LA is also home to 11 professional sports teams, which is the most of any US city. All of this is supported by our world-class stadiums, arenas, and venues across the region, creating opportunities for visitors to experience sports in LA year-round. So if you're adding anything to an itinerary, really there's just almost every single day, there is at least something going on. So to give you a sense of just how quickly these major events are approaching, this is a quick snapshot of some of them, including the US Women's Open, which is coming very soon here in June next month, a few days, so June 4th to 7th. It did come up very quick. And then, which will be followed by FIFA World Cup. That'll go from July 11th to July 19th and will be at SoFi Stadium. Then the momentum keeps going with Super Bowl 61, which is returning to SoFi Stadium in February 2027. And then finally, as mentioned, the Olympics and Paralympic Games will be in summer of 2028. And now taking a deeper dive into World Cup, I have a short video to share just to show the excitement building up around it, which will be here very soon. There we go. All right, so now that you've seen a bit of what's coming, here's a quick look at the match schedule. As mentioned, it starts on June 12th, and we'll go through July 10th. And this includes the US men's team opening match, along with some group stage and knockout rounds. As the tournament progresses, LA will also host a quarterfinal. And to extend the experience beyond the stadium, there will be a series of fan events across the region, many of which are very budget friendly. The celebration begins with the FIFA Fan Festival at the Memorial Coliseum on June 11th to June 15th. The entry is only around it's 10 US, so around 14 Canadian dollars for adults and free for kids under 12. So it's a great budget option if you want to come and experience the excitement if you're not going to a game. And here they'll feature live match broadcasting, of course, with musical performances, interactive fan activations, as well as a lot of local LA food options. And throughout the 39-day tournament, fans can also gather at one of the 9 official fan zones across the Los Angeles County, one of which is at West Harbor, as Stacy just shared. So very excited to see that come to life. Other locations include Original Farmers Market, Venice Beach, and Magic Johnson Park, just to name a few. And many of these are either free or low cost as well. These, as mentioned, I feel like these experiences will be a great atmosphere to just be in the city, whether you have tickets to one game or if you don't have tickets to the games at all. There's going to be many places that you can watch this around the city. There will also be other non-official experiences at different venues, and you can see all of that on our website. There's a QR code here. I can always send a follow-up after if anybody is interested. It's literally all over the city. Every day we hear about something new coming up, but it is being updated in real time. So anything that is coming up will be on our website and you can see all your options there. And building on that momentum, before we know it, it will be 2028, where we'll be hosting the Olympic and Paralympic Games. On this map, it just gives you a sense of how vast and expansive the games will be across the region. So as you can see, it goes all the way down into Orange County, which is can be about an hour drive. So just to give you a sense of how far down it goes. And one important thing to note is that LA is leveraging many existing and iconic venues. So it means the infrastructure is already in place. There's no disruption to tourism. And then we do have, just like West Harbor up and coming was already being built, and we are adding, have that there. Yeah. So then while sports are a major driver, they also connect to the broader experiences. So that clients are looking for, you can connect it with different items or different attractions to those near those sporting events. And beyond the major global moments, sports are also part of everyday life in Los Angeles. As I mentioned, almost every day there's something going on. You have some iconic names like the Dodgers, Lakers, Clippers, as well as our newest cricket, which just started this year. So together, you can always add something into the itinerary if you are adding in any events. And one of the ways that visitors can experience this firsthand, even on non-game days, is by booking a behind-the-scenes tour. These are great options, whether it's before a game or just on a non-game day. I feel that this is something that consistently surprises clients. It's not just like a visit. It does provide history, but it also has immersive experiences, which is really fun for people that want to get out on the field, throw a football in SoFi Stadium. It can do batting cages at Dodger Stadium, and then the Intuit Dome also has some great options for either playing on the court. They have insane technology, so it's really cool to get to see the locker rooms at each of these, depending on whether it's a game day or not. There's some with locker room access, see the premium suites, and all the views from courtside and all of that. I should also mention they do have private and VIP tours available. So if you have any VIP clients or just have a private group that you want to take, you can do that as well. So beyond sports, LA also stands out for its culinary landscape. LA is home to 28 Michelin-starred restaurants, really showcasing the range of dining across the city. For the first time, LA now has 2 3-starred restaurants, which are Providence and Somni. This just kind of showcases all the amazing different options that we have throughout the city. It's whether you are looking for high end with your Michelin stars or more casual trend driven food experiences, LA offers something for everyone. In addition, we do have Dine LA that runs 2 times a week. 2 times a year, and that's in summer and in winter. It is now the largest restaurant week in the nation. So shifting gears a little bit here, from experiences to where your clients can stay. I'll start with a few recently opened and renovated hotels across the destination, starting with the Regent Santa Monica. This reopened in October of 2024. The property has 162 spacious rooms, many of which have ocean views. They really focus on wellness at this hotel. It includes a spa, fitness center, pool, does have direct beach access, and you can see the Ferris wheel from many of the rooms. It's a beautiful setting, great food and beverage offerings, one of which is by Michael Mina. And one of my favorite features is they have a beach butler service, which I have not tried yet, but I would love to one day. But I've heard amazing things. Wonderful option for all of your luxury clients. Then the Sonesta LAX, this is a great option by the airport. They recently completed a $42 million renovation on and they have 613 guest rooms. They refreshed all those rooms, they modernized the lobby and redid all of their dining options. And they have a great sushi option as well. I just heard that they also do sushi making classes. So if you want something that is hands-on, they do have a sushi making class for your clients. And this is a great budget option near the airport. Next, we have Kin's Hotel, which is a 52-room boutique property. It is located in Koreatown, which is right next to downtown. This is a strong option for those attending events downtown, whether it's either something over at Crypto or if you're heading into a Dodger game. It's a great property that can go to either in just minutes. And then the property also plans to open a restaurant that's called Daily Beer. It's a popular eatery in Korea, so it'll be the first one in the US, and they do Korean style craft beers. Then we have the Hilton Garden Inn at LAX. This is formerly La Quinta, for those of you familiar with the LA hotel landscape. It reopened in 2025. After a full renovation, they updated all guest rooms, restaurants, bars, and the outdoor pool. This does have a LAX shuttle service that's also offered. Again, great budget option. And then in the Beverly Hills area, it's Beverly Hills adjacent. It's called Cameo Beverly Hills. Recently completed a $30 million renovation and rebrand in January. So very new. This was formerly Mr. C's and is now part of the Hilton LXR Hotels and Resorts. The hotel has 138 rooms. All rooms have balconies, so you're guaranteed a balcony no matter what room you're in. And it gives you more of a residential luxury stay, kind of with the cozy resort style pool. They do also have a spa and a Peruvian restaurant on site. And then last on our new hotels is the Anthem Hotel, which has 179 rooms and is and open in February of 2026. As you can see from the picture, that like those colors up at the top, it is right next to Intuit Dome. So if you're going to a concert there or a game, it is just right next door. You can walk right over. And it's also walking distance from SoFi Stadium and Kia Forum. So it's a convenient option for concerts, sporting events, all of those that are coming up. The amenities also include a rooftop bar, pool, and then it is also connected to Tom's Watch Bar, which is huge. It's a huge bar and watch bar that has 65 screens, 365-degree viewing. So it's a great option to catch a game if you don't have tickets and you want to go watch one of the games. Very cool spot to be able to watch it. Feels very immersive with all the screens. So looking ahead, we have several new hotel openings coming soon. The Clark is a 348-room hotel opening in downtown LA. It's within walking distance of Grand Central Market, the Broad, Walt Disney Concert Hall, and it has plans for multiple dining outlets, one of which will also be on theme as elevated sports bar. So kind of your dark mahogany is more of like a elevated feel as opposed to something a little bit more of an intimate, cozy feel. And then they have several room types, which is great. They have a lot of connecting rooms, making it a great choice for families or groups. Then we have the Public Hotel opening in West Hollywood. It will open on the Sunset Strip in the spring. This was formerly the Standard Hotel. The property has 137 rooms, and it has a minimalist design by Ian Schrager. It's going for a luxury for all concept, making it a little bit more approachable, but still elevated. And it'll feature 3 different dining concepts and a nightlife concept. Ian Schrager likes to have those spaces that bring people out to mingle, so very much wanting to get everybody out and socializing. Then you have Mama's Shelter in downtown LA. This will be in the Fashion District, and it is a 149 guest room hotel. This will have their signature playful style, multiple dining options, and another rooftop space as well. And now continuing on to 2027, the Mob Hotel. It's a new lifestyle hotel planned to open near Dodger Stadium. It's just minutes away from downtown LA. Has 160 rooms and like apartment style rooms as well. It'll be designed with flexible living spaces so that if you have people that want to stay longer or you have like a modern traveler, this is a great option for them. A major highlight will be a huge rooftop, which we're sensing a theme, right? We love rooftops in LA, so love to get a view, love to get the sun. One of the largest rooftops of the ones that we've seen, and we'll have a garden, a swimming pool, and a bar. They will also have a cinema and a coffee shop too, so that would be really cool. Then we see the Cali Hotel here in the middle. That would be a 300-room property next to SoFi Stadium with wellness amenities. And this is the only hotel that will be allowed within that Hollywood Park area. So it's like in the middle of all the action. So it'd be very well situated for those events. And it's part of the Marriott's Autograph Collection. Then lastly, we have Amon Beverly Hills. And this is part of a $10 billion One Beverly Hills. Yes, $10 billion One Beverly Hills development. And it's located on Wilshire and Santa Monica. And it will be a 10-story, 78-suite hotel. All right. So after highlighting some of the new hotel developments, I just wanted to touch on a few of the value-driven travel opportunities, which we know continues to be important to many travelers. So we're seeing many hotels creating packages. We do have different hotels throughout the entire city, but wanted to highlight a few things here. So we have the Courtyard LAX. They are very close to just a couple miles away from like SoFi Stadium, all the event spaces that we've been talking about. Many of them are just a driving distance away. They offer free LAX shuttle. So having those value adds has been really big for some of our hotels here. Having that shuttle, they do also have an optional, they connect with a different company that can take you via shuttle to SoFi Stadium and all that area for just $30 round trip per person. If you want to book something ahead of time to just be ready to go and have everything in line, that is an option that they offer as well as packages that will have food and beverage credits around FIFA. So lots of different packaging going on in some of our hotels with different events going on. And then the beyond accommodations of free live music events. I love to go to many of these. One of them, the one pictured here, is at LACMA, which we spoke a little bit about earlier with their expansion, but they have every Friday from May until September, they have free concerts where everyone comes and picnics, and you can bring your own picnic. They also have food and beverage offerings on site, so you can either buy food there, bring a picnic, relax, and listen to different jazz musicians every Friday night. And then on Saturday nights, they do Latin nights. So you can do like a dancing out in the, in the area, all free. And that's just one option, but there are so many throughout the city that you can just add on. If you want to feel like a local, that everyone is out and about, always out on these nights. And it does get a little busy, but not so much that it's uncomfortable. It's just nice, great, and lively. And then we have, also for if you're wanting to add some more value, our value adds that, just fun, different things that are low cost. Hiking, of course, is free. And we have over 885 kilometers of hiking and biking trails. You can also rent bikes via Perry's Bike Rentals and go up and down the coast, going from like Santa Monica, going all the way down to Hermosa, just going up and down and seeing the different views. All the different beaches have different vibes. You can see which one you like best, whether you want it to be a little bit more eclectic in Venice or a little bit more calm in Playa Vista. Like you can choose a different beach and just relax and tie your bike up and come back. And then we have several free museums throughout the city. So many people are unaware of that. We do have a link on our website that shows an entire list of different free museums, which includes the Broad, which I've mentioned a little bit about earlier. So I'll highlight that at the end as well. And then for food and beverage, as mentioned, we have a wide range of restaurants. And one of my favorites is the food trucks. The food trucks are great. You can, go all around the city, some of the best Mexican food that you can get, some great Korean, Mexican fusion. It's just great options. Also, when we say food halls, there's one like Grand Central Market. Can go if you have a group or a family that might have different tastes. You can go to different stalls, kind of meet up at a table, and they have very value options there as well. So here is just a little screen grab of one of our things on our site. So you have 3 days of LA on a budget. Excuse me, of LA on a budget. So different, more detailed options if you're looking to do something in LA as well. And I'll show you a little bit more here. So as well as our events page, it will show you everything going on. So whether it's those free events that I was talking about, where you can go dancing or listen to jazz, we have those there, all the way to big names here, like you see here, Shakira, Wine Fest, different places, different things you can see every single day. And again, every day there is something going on. So if you're looking to incorporate some of those events into itineraries, it is very easy to do. And you can also or search by category, whether you're looking for comedy clubs. That's another huge one for us. It's usually around 20 US or less. Some of them are free, and you can see sometimes some huge names pop in. I've been out where you see some of your top Netflix people. There is a place also called the Comedy Store, where all the comedians end up popping in. It's unannounced, and you'll hear the Netflix special before it even comes out. That's where they kind of test it out. So it's a great budget option where you see something amazing and unexpected on a night out in LA. And now here, just wanted to highlight some of the resources that we have on our page. We have, as you saw, one of our itineraries, but we do have sample itineraries that you can build, digital guides and maps, as well as a travel trade toolkit. The travel trade toolkit has a little bit more in-depth information on restaurants, hotels. So any new things coming up, that is all on that travel trade toolkit. And an image library where you can get some royalty-free photos that you can use. And one final one for anybody looking for value is a LA Perks Pass. You can download this onto you log in on your phone, so it's via the web. It's not like an actual app, so you just log in, but you can redeem different deals through that'll help throughout the city. So it gives access to like deals directly from the phone while they're exploring. And visitors can find the participating offers here at discoverlosangeles.com, LA Perks Pass. It'll also take you from that, scan the QR code that was on there. And yeah, so just giving you one last simple tool to help, give value to your clients. All right, and that is it for me. I hope you learned everything new that's going on in Los Angeles, along with some, value items and lots of events, as you see. So always something to do here in LA.
Thank you so much for that presentation. That was a wealth of information. So we do have a couple of questions. I'm going to get started with those. So we have from Mark, where can we find out details about the new cruise terminal being built in San Pedro? I think you guys went through that, but.
We can send over some information. They haven't released a ton of details yet, but Crystal and Devin, I can share some info so you can share it with the group.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect.
And there is a great video, like a YouTube video where it does the rendering. It is really cool to see how expansive it's going to be. So we can send that over as well.
Yeah, we can make sure you guys have that.
Perfect. And everyone who's attending will get emailed recordings, so you'll have all that information as well. We have another question from Mark. Any housing or condo developments part of West Harbor?
Not within West Harbor proper, but yes, all along Harbor Boulevard, there is substantial development going on. I think over the next, if I'm going off the top of my head, over the next like 5 to 10 years, there is well over 6,000 housing developments being built from condos and apartments. Some have started to open to some additional ones that are coming online. So there is a lot of development going on in San Pedro in that direction, yes. And by the way, there is potentially a hotel location. There's an area on West Harbor that is actually earmarked for a boutique hotel within the next 10 years. So there will actually be a hotel on that site eventually too.
Amazing. Okay, next question we have is, where's here from Maria. I guess a two-parter, what's the high season for the area? And should clients book reservations for anything that you mentioned or for restaurants or anything like that?
It's a mix. So high season, summer does get a little busier, but I feel like year round is pretty easy to get. And we do have a lot of hotel inventory because we are so large. So I think anytime you come is going to be great. But those times where, shoulder season, whether it's, October in the fall, it is still very warm. So if you're starting to get cold in Canada, come on out. It's still very warm here. There have been times where I fly into Canada for events and it's, laying out on the beach one day and then heading into the snow. So definitely anytime really is a great time. But you can also, if you wanted to, do summer as well, but really anytime is great. And then for the reservations, it depends on what you're looking for. So if I think they mentioned restaurants, and did they say attractions as well? So restaurants, it'll depend on the type of restaurant. If you are doing the Michelin star restaurants, I would recommend reservations. But there are many that I love to do that you just walk right in, or you can do day of because we do have a large inventory. So it just kind of depends. But if there are specific places that you were looking at going, let's say definitely Michelin star and you're higher end, you're going to want to make reservations. But there's a lot of mid-range that are really amazing food that you can do a little bit closer to your departure date.
Perfect. Well, I think those are all the questions that we have. Kate said, excellent and very fun webinar. I think you guys answered a ton of questions. That was very comprehensive. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Oh, we have one more question that's come in. Okay, Arjun says, two questions. Do you look for international social media outlets to promote Los Angeles tourism?
International social media outlets, that would be, well, if it's so my side is more the B2B side, and we do have a team that does the B2C, and they do partner with different companies. We work through a company called Allied as well, but that is more the B2C side. But yes, there are partnerships that go through different like marketing co-ops.
Perfect. And the second part of that question is, are there any charts or references that we can use to show what hotel or Airbnb rentals cost on average in each area of Los Angeles?
We do have a site that has the different hotels that we have. So it's on our website, I should say, where you have all the different LA hotels, and it gives you kind of the price like range, not specific pricing, because of course that's going to vary. But if you have, whether you're one dollar sign, $2 sign, it's a little bit more that way. But as far as Airbnb, we most oversee the hotels. So we don't have the insight into the Airbnb side, mostly hotels.
Okay, amazing. That's a great resource to have so you can kind of gauge somewhat of the pricing.
Yeah, and area as well. So if you're looking at, for different areas and depending on what your clients are looking for, whether it's closer to the beach, downtown, or if you're pairing it with an event, it does give you by regions, so you can filter it that way also.
Okay, great. We've had a couple more questions. Amy, due to some of the unrest, some of my clients are concerned and worried for their safety. Um, I don't know if that's a question, just kind of a statement. I guess, yeah, I guess it depends on the clients and how comfortable they are with traveling.
Right. I
Um,
think it is top concern for everyone on our team as well, and the city as a whole. So it is constantly being monitored. I can tell you, like any major city, just always, keep your head up and pay attention, right? But I've never had any issues. It's just going to be kind of like those major cities. But for the most part, there are like all these areas that we're talking about. They are very like it's not, I wouldn't say touristy because it's a mix of locals, but they are in safe areas. So a lot of your event spaces and all of that. So it is top of mind for all of us, and we're always working on improving, making sure that everybody is safe.
Amazing. One more question. Last question is Brittany. Do you recommend traveling by train, taxi, bus, or car from LA to Palm Springs?
LA to Palm Springs. Well, it depends. I would say the most direct is going to be car, just because that one is more inland. They are like if you're going down the coast, the train is probably it's probably the easiest and most relaxing. But if you're going inland into Palm Springs, I would say probably car is the fastest, but it depends on what your main priority is. It will take longer to go through public transportation because it is more inland as opposed to on the coast.
Yes, very true. All right, I think we're going to wrap up here. We've gotten through all of the questions. Thank you so much for being here and for that amazing presentation. And thank you, travel advisors, for being here as well. We will see you next time here at Travel Week and have a wonderful weekend. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks.